everybody. Pre-match press conference, head coach Sean Nahas ahead of the Courage home matchup this week against Gotham FC. Coach, heading into week 3 of the NWSL regular season, just give us a overall sentiment where the team is and the mindset going into this week's matchup.
Yeah, I think the team's fine. I think they're in good spirits, had a good week of training, and as we normally do. Learned some things from last week, but that's part of the season. You should learn. But no real effects of it. We just get on with it. Unlike some other people who like to have a comment or two, but we just get on with it. And it's part of the business, and it's all about how we respond and the little things that we do, and we've been real pleased with the group thus far.
Prior to the match on Saturday, we'll celebrate Caroline, rightfully so, for her MVP honors from last year. Obviously, she's not available for the match, but just if you could speak to what she means to this team, having her around and see her get that honor on Saturday in front of her fans.
Yeah, she's the MVP for a reason. The season she's had a massive impact on us as a club, as a staff, as individual players, and her effect in how we play is vital. But her growth, her maturity is, you guys don't see it, but we see it on a daily basis. And she's a vital part of our club and someone that that we love and have here, and we want to make sure we keep her here. But she's one of the best players, if not the best player in the league in our eyes.
And then finally, Coach, you go into the season leading the league in shots taken, which is a great step in the next part of that progression you talked about from last year. A lot of new pieces on that front line for you, a lot of different pieces in the attacking fold. How have you seen the attack grow? What's your opinion of your attack through the first couple of weeks and how it's built?
Yeah, I think it's been great, to be honest. I mean, I look at it from a couple different ways. It's easy to sit on a couch on a Monday morning or Sunday morning and say, oh, they don't know what they're doing. We had 18 shots. And when it's not easy to score and you have 11 people in the box defending those 18 shots. But it's about creating those chances, and it's something we didn't really do a lot of last year, and we were relying on each other to do it, which I think is great. At some point, those things will start to click, and they're not bad chances either. They're good chances. It's just it's something we've harped on with our players that, to be honest, it's not good enough. We have to be better in those areas, and we're talking about tap-ins. We're not talking about 20-yard, 30. We're talking about tap-ins. And that's just a mentality. That's just a way of finding that extra little step, but the ability to get to those phases. And we look at the Utah game, and we didn't play badly. Played really, really well, but they defended really, really well in their box, and you give them credit. And we had a couple of mistakes on our part, and I think at the end of the day, it just didn't go our way, and that's part of the game. It's a game, right? And I want to make sure I say this too, because I saw some people really hard on Malia. I think that's a disgrace. If you're a supporter of ours, you're a supporter of our players. We have a trust with our players. And if she wanted to step up and take those PKs, then she has every right to, because no one was questioning when she scored the week before on the PK. Why is she taking it? So we fully support Malia. To be honest with you, to have that confidence to step up and take it again, I have a lot of respect for that, and we move on. We let go and we move on. We lost the game because we didn't score the goals and opportunities that we had. So I want to make sure I said that and protected her and defended her, because I don't think she should be getting any negative comments about it, whether you're a fan of ours or not, because she had the right to take it and guts to take it. She's our PK taker, and we're proud of her in every step of the way.
So to confirm, Malia is going to continue to take penalties.
I'm not talking about that.
Okay. Just thought I'd check.
Yeah.
You talked last week about the team getting healthy. How is the team health at this point?
Yeah, I think we're there. Obviously, the players that are returning from season-ending injuries last year, that's still going to take time, because you need a lot of time to gain the confidence and trust in it again. Sorenesses, to be honest with you, I'm more worried about going into this international break than I am anything else, and the loads and the game on the back end. Scheduling a game after a FIFA window still makes zero sense to me. When we have our players returning from all over the world on a Wednesday, someone needs to still explain that to me while we're playing the following Saturday. But yeah, I feel like we're good. there's obviously some illnesses going around. That's the time of year, but nothing that I'm like of major concern. It's just going to take time for some.
On a related note, Mitch Burse, obviously you guys won't be facing her because she announced she tore her ACL. There's been a lot of discussion about ACL tears in particular, but sort of chronic, or not chronic, major injuries that women players seem to be going through a lot lately. Do you have any insight or input on why that's happening or what needs to be done to maybe change that?
Well, first, I want to wish Midge well. I know Midge and there's been a respect there and good relationship there. So wish her well, and hope the recovery and everything goes smoothly for her. She's a great player and needs to be on the field. That the league needs her. But she has our full support as a club, and wishing her well and hoping she gets back on the field as soon as she can. Obviously, it's going to take time, but I think the whole soccer community is behind her. So we wish her well. I'm not a scientist, so I don't know. There's obviously something going on. What that is, I don't know, and I think it's going to take time. But I don't think condensing the schedule is going to help. Let's be honest. And I think, when we start doing these things and you have all these events, I think the right people need to be in the room when these decisions are made. And those people are performance people and medical people, and realizing what is these schedules going to look like, and are we doing the right thing for the safety of the players? Because if you don't have your players, regardless of who they are, on the field, then you're hurting your own league, whether it's here in the WSL, what have you. So you want to have the player, you want to put them in the situation where they can be best suited, and that's on the field playing. Anyone can get hurt on any given day. Even if you have the right setup and schedule, perfect, someone could still get hurt. But we're not helping the cause by having games every so often, like such short. Like, again, we have players flying from overseas coming back on how am I going to play those players more than X amount of minutes? We have a 20-year-old going to, for an international call-in. Great, but she's part of that international window. So how do we manage her? And this is not just us, this is everybody. So I wish I had the answer, but I don't think you're ever going to know. I think the one thing we are in control of is how we schedule these games, for sure.
Well, we're happy to have Vanessa with us at spring break, so from high school.
Welcome.
So
welcome
to a pre-match for the first time, and go ahead.
So my first question is, what do you think Gotham does well, and what are you looking to stop in this weekend's game?
Yeah, good question. A tactic question, a soccer question. Thank you. Look, they're the champs for a reason. We've met them a few times, and there's a great respect between the two clubs. I think they're just real good. They have good footballers in all areas. You have, with the additions they've had, their ability to press is really high intensity. It reminds us of us back in the day a little bit. But they just have really good players in IQ moments. Tierney Davidson now. You have Jenna Nyswanger, who had an unbelievable year. You have Brunini. You have Kelly O'Hara. You have, obviously, Linny when Linny's healthy. We all know about Linny. Delaney Sheehan, to me, is the most unspoken about player in this league. Her and Neely Martin. And then you add Rose Lavelle to they're loaded, right? But that's great for the league. You want to have good competition. But their ability to break presses, their ability to press, the ability to withstand pressure, the ability to have subtle adjustments, their threat in the the final third. They're just a well-organized team that, Yale's done a great job in building that team. So you always want a good challenge because it puts you on a foothold where you stand. But we're excited about the game because you always want good matchups.
And what value do you think that the new players this season have brought to the team?
Yeah, that's one thing we really strive. How are we going to implement these new players? And you have players we were real strategic in how we went about our free agency process, and bringing in Bianca and bringing in Danny, two veterans that know the league, that can add to certain qualities that maybe we were lacking last year in terms of the depth piece. Bianca adds a real good rawness about her and physicality to her, and her direct style, which is something we didn't really have, and not having Caroline that helped fill in that gap a little bit. And Danny's just brought a great leadership quality and understanding and depth into the middle and can help nurture our younger players. Then you have the younger players like O'Reilly Jackson, who looks like she's a 20-year veteran. She's just so mature beyond her years. but we also want to be careful on how we layer this in with her and don't throw her into the fire. Have her learn from Sully, have her learn from all these players. But we just feel that the group that we currently have is just a real well-charactered group, and in the locker room they get along. And players, even our second-year players like Haley Hopkins, has stepped up big time in terms of her leadership and how she is and her energy. Whereas last year she was wide-eyed trying to take this all in. So it's been a real cool group to be around. But they all have their unique way of helping us be successful. Yeah, thank you.
Have anything further from you?
Can you just tell us how you felt to see Assistant get the first goal?
Yeah, I think it's I think you can see it in her reaction, right? She's been working her absolute tail off. I have my personal feelings in certain aspects of it, but she's doing everything we ask. She's defending, she's attacking, she's so good on the ball, she's electric. I can't wait for the partnership with her and Caro to come to fruition. But yeah, I'm really happy for her. I think it helped settle her in. She's fitting well with the group, and yeah, I'm thrilled for her because I think that was just a big stress release for her. Yeah, I'm happy for her.
Great, Coach. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks.